soon. Sheriff on my tail and coming for me soon. From the door to my favorite saloon, and I told him, get a play my favorite tune. Bartender looked at me and said, what can I get for you? I said, 2 shots of whiskey and a bottle of gin. It's a whole lot of trouble that I've been in. I saw pretty girls sitting at the bar, so I fixed my hair and lit my cigar. Said, hey, baby, can I buy you a drink? She said, I need a few minutes so I can think. Hurry it up now, baby, I haven't got all day. She said, 2 shots of whiskey and a bottle of gin, 'cause it's a whole lot of trouble that I've been in. She said, hold on, baby, what you said, never been the one for a couple of days. Say to me now, what would you do? Well, I got my husband cheating, so I cut him in 2. I told him the bartender in my head, and now I'm loose. 4 shots of whiskey and a bottle of gin, it's a whole lot of trouble that we've been in. Whole lot of trouble, 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 whole lot of and a shot of the heart. No guns allowed in here, no bartender explained. 6 shots of whiskey and a bottle of gin. It's a whole lot of trouble that we've been in. It's a whole lot of trouble, 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 a whole lot of
Big rock star ending from the Creepin Cadavers right here on the Tony Jones Show. Whole Lot of Trouble, the name of that one. Before that, we heard from the band that will be in this very studio 1 week from tonight. Next time you catch the Tony Jones Show, we will have Only on Weekends. Go to onlyonweekends.com to check those guys out. They got a big tour coming up. They're going to be in this studio hanging out, talking about their music. I hear they'll be playing acoustically live for you right here on the Tony Jones Show. TonyJones.org, Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, on Twitter at TonyJonesNRI. Thank you for checking in on Twitter. Be sure to check out RIFreeRadio.org. In studio with me, P.O. Taxpayer, a troll's troll of the Coalition, online at coalitionradio.us. Also a Tony Jones Show regular in studio, DJ Psycho Eddie of, well, he's like me. He'll do just about anything. So he is of whatever's going on around town.
I have performed with national acts, and I will go to a letter opening, just like you, Tony.
So I want you to remind everybody, but things have changed a little bit because you have gotten increasingly busier. I would assume that's from appearing on the Tony Jones Show. But I
would use the term, I have gotten huge, but, well, in this room, it's all a matter of perspective.
It's gotten huge lately.
You've grown as a man.
Remind everybody.
Oh, well, I started off... yeah, okay, I just got lost in my own medication.
Just remember, we are an FCC-regulated program.
Well, that's part of the medication kicking in. But, no, I've gotten booked for a lot of really big shows lately. I started off the year kind of slow. Everyone just keeps calling me, hey, do you want to do this? Hey, do you want to do this? I'm just coming off of a couple of... wow, I just keep saying an awful lot today, too, don't I? The... fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. I did Banshee Fest. Coming up in a couple of weeks, I have Metal Fest with Shadows Fall. Shadows Fall, Gamera, who else? Shreddish Salvation, Along Came the Flood, All for Blood, which was in here back in February, if you remember them. Ray and the guys stopped into... I forget which show we were doing for that one. Also, Freak Fest is coming up on...
Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
P.O. will be there.
Oh, Freak! let me tell you a little something about Freak Fest. Any show where they have to take out an insurance policy that costs more than at least 5 of my houses for one of the acts, it's going to be a good show.
Is that because of potential scarring?
There's going to be scarring. They have fire eaters. They have jugglers. People are actually putting up on their Facebook that they're practicing with their swords. They have one guy that is supposed to be coming in. He is coming in. That's part of the reason for the insurance. Who is going to do a human suspension? Yeah. Seth Carney is going to be there. I can't even tell you how many bands. That one's just going to be huge. Freak Fest 4 had close to 500, 600 people through the door. And you know how things go. Once the numbers get bigger, the amount of people that show up get bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm just so psyched that they are actually having me come back 2 in a row. So hopefully this gets to be a trend as well, because I really, really enjoy going. And part of me accepting, like Tony, all these gigs is, like Tony, I'm cheap. If I can go and make money versus going and spending money,
Right.
it's always a win-win for me.
These are things you'd go to anyway.
Right. Oh, exactly.
There you
That
go.
helps a lot.
I would go. Don't get me wrong. I like going to support the music scene in Providence. I love the Providence music scene. It is one of the best, most diverse scenes around, at least in my estimation. But the bands that I've worked with, the bands that I've seen are second to none. In fact, speaking of local scene, music scene, the Midday Social, which is basically geared towards the people who broadcast, a lot of the local bands trying to network with the different venues. I can't even tell you how many. Oh, yeah. Needless to say, I get a little tipsy every time I go, but I'm not going to get that bad this time.
It's a rough neighborhood, too.
I don't know. You walk out of there dressed as a clown, chances are no one's going to ask that anyways. But I'm going to be DJing that. That's July 17th, I believe. I got to check my schedule for that. And that's just, off the top of my head. I've got birthday parties. Like I said, I'll go to a letter opening. I got a wedding coming up in June.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
We've talked a lot about, on this very program, actually, with ProvidenceNightOut.com and with Midday Records, on how the local music scene tends to ebb and flow, and it's at a high peak right now. And still, even as I get a little bit older, I don't understand people's reluctancy to get off the couch, go do something, get off Twitter, go see a pretty lady. I don't know. I mean, it's still, as we go out and do a ton of events, we're still seeing the same 10% of people that are actually willing to leave the house. I don't get it.
To me, it's amazing because there are more ways to sin in Providence than probably anywhere else I've ever been outside of Vegas or Paris.
I believe I've tried most of the ones in Providence repeatedly this week.
I think we're going to try and compare notes at some point when we're not on an FCC-approved venue. There's a chemistry in this room, by the way. It's kind of eerie.
My silent partner over in the other corner, by the way, for those of you who cannot see into this room because, well, you're not here, my manager is sitting in the corner, who also happens to be my wife. Hate to break the news to you, ladies. Yes, Psycho Eddie is married.
He's off the market, ladies.
Yeah. But yeah, if we're going to compare notes on some of the bad things I've done, She does not need to know all of the bad things that I've done.
You know, I've been married for a long time. I married up. And, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is, ladies, why is it always the big men have been taken?
It's because of all the sexiness.
There you go.
We've seen, as we're out and about, too, the renaissance a little bit of different conventions, too. TerraCon, Comic-Con, huge turnout last year. I think we're going to do... Rhode Island Free Radio, I think, is going to do something for the cons this year, but that's always a very unique scene. You know, talking about people who should leave the house more often.
Unbelievable this year.
It was great to see, you know, guys who they haven't left the house since last Comic-Con, and they're still wearing that Jedi costume from when they were 12.
At least it's not Wonder Woman.
There were one or two of those, too. But anyways, no, TerraCon, for the first year out, it was good. It was very good. The vendors were expecting a lot more than what was there, but I was quite happy with the people. The people that came spent the money with the vendors, so the vendors did make the money for their tables. Everyone made money vendor-wise. The people that came down were very impressed with the vendors that were there. The after party they had on Saturday was A, very good, B, well, we got a little drunk and we'll leave that alone, but it was off the chain.
I'm going to spin some tunes. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to P.O. Taxpayer about the Coalition, the radio show, and the website coalitionradio.us. But before that, see, this is why I am a radio professional. This is why I'm not like those dirt bags that we work with on that other station, P.O.
They might be listening.
This is one of our co-hosts, the other co-host from the Coalition. This is her band. This is Fall and Bounce, and just fits in perfectly because this is our co-host from the Coalition, and the name of this track is Psycho. See how I did that? See why?
Nice segue.
I get paid.
Together.
See how I get paid tens and tens of dollars to do stuff like this? We're going to hear from Fall and Bounce. Here is Psycho.